Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. Right, we're here for the Leicester versus Wolves at the Molineux for the Sunday game. We're here for the prediction show. Guys, we're going to try and get the team lineups right again. I think it was only about a player off the last time. We've been doing really well at this so far. So make sure you smash a like on the video. Get your chats in a second as we try and make the team together. Leicester visit the Molineux Stadium on Sunday to tackle Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. If you didn't know, we're doing the watch-along show as well, which is at 1:40 on Sunday. So please smash a like. It's linked in the chat already. Please click that. Please click and like it and get those likes up on the watch-along show for Sunday. I really would appreciate all of you for doing that. Honestly, it will get the views up as well, and it will get more people in to subscribe to the channel and build a community around this channel, because you guys, at the end of the day, you guys make this the reason why I want to do it in the first place. Is you guys keep coming in, and I'm starting to get to know some of your ways, your cheeky ways. But seriously, guys, I really appreciate it for coming in. 6,100 subscribers is absolutely nuts. Let's do this anyway. Let's see what lineups we can put together ourselves using the usual stick that we usually use. Right, look, the Foxes defeated Leicester. I think we did beat them, didn't we? 1-0. Yeah, we did at the King Power. Yeah, in November it was. I think it was a Vardy penalty. I think it was a Vardy penalty anyway, off the top of my head. I've not got it in front of me, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure Vardy got a penalty. Speaking of Jamie Vardy, he will be available for this game. And Winksy has picked his player already. He reckons Harvey Barnes will definitely start on the left. So Winksy's not here today to do the show with me, but he did say put Harvey Barnes in for me. So yes, you were right. Yes, it is Vardy. Penno. I thought it was. Right, let's have a look. It's pretty obvious that Kasper Schmeichel was going to be in goal, so we'll stick with that. Let's sort that out now and get Kasper in goal. There we go. But who's the centre-backs? This is very difficult to do this show. I've been doing this show, enjoying doing this show with Winksy. So he wanted to do it, but he's got a personal situation going on, and I won't go into it. But there's nothing wrong anyway. Winksy's fine. He's just got to be somewhere else, so he can't do the show with me. Right, who's the centre-backs for the fixture? No Wesley Fofana, lads. He won't be back until probably around the Arsenal fixture at the end of the month, maybe a little bit later on. Who's the first centre-back? Let's go. I think it will be Johnny Evans. What do you guys think in the chat? Johnny Evans and Cags, you're all saying, yeah, I'm good with that. They played well, really, against Fulham. The back line were brilliant against Fulham. Absolutely outstanding. So I think we will go with that. We'll probably stick Soyuncu in there as well. Where is bloody Soyuncu on here? There he is. Now, left and right, James Justin, Ricardo Pereira. Are you going where we're going? Who's left back? In the chat, put your left back in. I think it will be James Justin on the left. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what you guys are saying. Hi, welcome back to the channel, Full-Time Foxes. How are you? Are we talking James Justin on the left, boys and girls? And there's 25 of you. Yep, JJ on the left. Okay, Ricardo on the right. That's what I would do. Seeing as he had an absolute brilliant game, absolute worldie of a game against Fulham. Brendan Rodgers said he's not quite there though yet. He seems like he's not quite at the full pace of a normal Ricardo Pereira. But I thought he was on the gas, to be honest. But Matt Piper says on the radio that he's had that injury, and he knows a lot of footballers that have had this sort of injury, and some players haven't come out of it the way they had the injury. They've not been the same player. They've lost a yard of pace. So I'm hoping Ricardo Pereira doesn't lose that yard of pace. I just said that a minute ago on the previous show. But okay, that looks like a very strong back line. That looks like a very, 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 very strong back four. So holding role, no Ndidi. He's out. I don't think he will recover. They've got 24 hours monitoring, but it's looking like he will be joining the Brighton fixture in the midweek for the FA Cup. So in that respect, if indeed he doesn't make it, do you go Hamza Chowdhury or do you go Mendy as your holding role? Let's go now. Well, what's the votes going to be? Hamza? Mendy? Let's go. Let's see what you guys are saying. Reece says Hamza. Lynchy says Yuri and Hamza. Hamza. Everyone's saying Hamza. I said Hamza in the last show as well. Only a moment ago. I just did the reaction to the press conference. It looks like you boys are all saying the same thing. So it looks like Hamza Chowdhury. You guys want Hamza Chowdhury and I want Hamza Chowdhury in. We'll stick him in. We got it right, believe it or not, on the last one. We've guessed Hamza Chowdhury and it was right. So we'll go with that. Hamza Chowdhury over Mendy. There you go. Everyone's saying the same thing. LCFC Kieran says Hamza. Hassan says Hamza. Ben, Ethan, Matty, Tofar, LCFC Fan, Full-Time Foxes, Lynchy Gaming. You're all saying Hamza Chowdhury. Obviously, I don't even need to ask you boys. Obviously, we're going Yuri Tielemans, right? Tell me otherwise. It's obviously Yuri Tielemans. There's no debate. Yuri Tielemans at the moment is the star man. No pun intended. He is our star man right now in the middle. Even when it's off-ball antics that he's just great, isn't he? My goodness me, what a player he is at the minute. I'm surprised Brendan didn't get into manager of the month, says Lynchy Gaming. And our player of the season so far, Yuri Tielemans. Give or take, Reece, I'd say James Justin. But yeah, it's between Justin and Yuri Tielemans for me so far this season. But he's got to slot in, Yuri Tielemans. He's got to for this game. But there is the controversial one. We always go with this. On the right wing, do we go under? Now, do we go under or do we go Marco Brighton? Or do we go with Perez? Now, Perez for me was Bob, in all honesty. And if you remember, we did the tier review. Perez got in the Bob tier. He was in the third tier with me. So in that case, in that respects, does Perez start? Yes or no? It's between the three. It's very difficult to it's going to be difficult to balance this out between all of you. But Ben says under. LCFC fan says under. And Oliver says under. There's three unders. I've got a Perez. I've got one O'Brighton. Who goes right wing? Who is our strongest right winger? O'Brighton, says Matty. And it's Ben. Now we've got three O'Brightons as well. Tough. It's a tough one. That is the difficult position, I think, in this team. If we don't start playing under, though, he's going to go. He'll go back to AS Roma and he will not sign for the club. Because he's not getting game time. Surely you're not going to move from AS Roma to Leicester if you're not going to get game time. You're going to go back. I know he's on loan, but I'm saying he won't want to stay. We've got an option to buy him, but we're not playing him. We've seen the impact that he does when he comes on. We've seen the impact. The Arsenal game in particular. He only had about a 13-minute run out, and we got the equal. We scored. Jamie Vardy got a diving header. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough to pick between Under and O'Brighton and Perez. It's tough. But a lot of you are saying O'Brighton. Lots are saying Under. It's so difficult to pick. O'Brien is so unrated. His work rate is unreal. I'm looking at Wolves, right? Look at Wolves. You're up against, on that right side, you've got Neto and Martinho. He scored a worldie, by the way, against Arsenal, didn't he? His goal was insane. Who do you put that side? I'm thinking O'Brien for defensive purposes. But then you have got Ricardo. You've got Ricardo Pereira. It's not like you've got Ricardo Pereira. Ricardo Pereira, give or take, one of the best right backs in European football. Man, I'm going to go under. I don't think he'll start. But because you lot have said he needs to, maybe he might save him for the FA Cup and Europe. He's got a better chance of starting in Europe games. You're right, full-time Foxes. You're right. So in that respects, if we remove Under out of that because of the European football that he's probably going to start, I think Michael Brighton's going to get the nod. I think he'll go Michael Brighton. Perez was Bob. I don't think he's a right winger. I don't think he's a striker. I don't know what his position is. We're still working it out. He will be on the bench, though, and so will Under. For sure. Those two will definitely be on the bench. 100%. But it's very difficult. Now, who's your number 10 role? Is it number 10? James Maddison. Because you can't put Perez there when you've got Maddison on the bench. You just can't. You've got to play James Maddison. But he is now playing a lot of games back-to-back. He's playing a lot of games back-to-back. And then, if that's the case, we are putting Madders at the number 10 role because you're all going to agree. Reece says Madders. Lynchy says Madders. Itzbin says Madders. Olivia says Madders. You're all saying Madders. But who else could play in that role anyway? Because Dennis Pratt's injured. Dennis Pratt's done till April. So who's coming? Who can play that role? No one. I mean, you could put Tielemans there, but then who do you play next to Chowdhury? You don't Mendy and Chowdhury, do you? That's too defensive. So you go Madders in the middle all day long. Now then, the big one. Nacho got his goal against Fulham. It's a great goal. Maddison with the cross. Great delivery. Nacho with a great head. Bottom corner. Good finish. Does he start? Or do you go Jamie Vardy, who's fit and ready to play? Do you go Nacho or do you risk Vardy straight from injury? What do you do? Do you go Nacho or Vardy? Let's do this now. LCFC fan says Vardy. Full-time Foxes says Vardy. Will says Vardy. Topher says Vardy. A lot of you are saying Nacho, though. There's far more of you saying Nacho. Which makes me think I'm going to go with my gut instinct and put Nacho in. Purely because Jamie Vardy's only just come back for injury, from his injury, from his operation. Which leaves us with the bench. We've not got many players. Ndidi's out. We don't know 100% if he'll make the squad or not. We've got 24 hours to find out if he'll make the squad or not. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's a player that Brendan Rodgers, I don't think, is going to gamble with, to be honest with you. I don't think he's a player. You only got to look at the stats with Leicester and the games that they've won with Ndidi in the squad compared to him not being in the squad. Have a look at that stat. It's online on Twitter. I seen it earlier. I don't think Brendan Rodgers will risk a 80% ready Ndidi. He's got to be 100% or it's nothing. I don't think he makes a squad. But I'll leave it up to you guys in the chat. Right, only bring on Vardy if we need him. Vardy isn't ready to start. He'll definitely be on the bench, says Will. So we're going to stick Vardy on the bench. Who else makes the bench? Obviously, Christian Fuchs is available. Wes Morgan's not available. Wesley Fofana's not available. Ndidi's a doubt. Who knows? Who else is available? Daniel Amate is going to make the bench. Danny Ward will also make the bench. There's not many other players left, lads. Mendy will make the bench if he doesn't start where Chowdhury is. Dennis Pratt's injured and out. Castagna isn't ready either. Drewsbury Hall's on loan. Could be Luke Thomas. We might see Luke Thomas on the bench. Which means there's one more spot for someone. Could it be Ben Nelson, perhaps? Could it be Ben Nelson? To be at this point, It's just a filler for the bench. None of these are going to start, I don't think, or get game times. Like Leicester, I don't think he'd get game time even if he is on the bench. I'm just being, I'm just being honest. No, I'm not knocking him. I'm just being honest. It's a strong Wolves side. That is how we look at it. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with that? You're all saying Leicester in there. Yes. Is that about right? Is there any changes that you would make now before we finish this stream? Is there anything that you would change from that? That is, again, a 4-2-3-1 formation. Would you change it? Perez is definitely not starting on the right wing. Not after that poor performance against Fulham. He was shocking. I think he'll go with Albrighton. Personally, I think he'll go with Albrighton. So in that respects, there is the team you guys have picked. We've gone for Kasper Schmeichel in goal, Johnny Evans and Seunchu, Justin on the left and Ricardo Pereira on the right. Hamza Chowdhury as your holding role with Yuri Tillemans next to him with the creative James Maddison as the number 10. Harvey Barnes on the left and Michael Brighton on the right with Kells starting up top. That's how we go with it. That's how we roll, boys. 40 in the chat. Smash a like on the video, please. All of 40 of you. That would be great. And also, please, click the link for the watch-along show. We're live for the watch-along show, Sunday at 1:40. It's pinned in the chat. Please go and do it now. Click and like it. That's all I ask. The more guys, the more of you that click that and like it, the more views, more subscribers, and more people will come into the stream. If you smash the link and click the like, I'll be chuffed, lads. I'll be over the moon if you can do that for me. That's all I ask. Thank you for joining us, though, lads. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to give you my score prediction. Not going to do that. I'm going to do that on the watch-along pre-match when we know the squad. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. Right, thank you for coming in for the lineups prediction show. I love doing this show with you guys. It's a great interactive show. I'm going to keep doing this, guys. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new, if you've just found the channel. Smash a like on the video if you're already a subscriber. Follow me at @Chappy on Instagram and on Twitter. And I'll see you on the watch along Sunday, 1:40. Come on, the boys. We can do this again. Let's just keep going. Champions League football is a priority now. I shall see you all very, very soon. See you Sunday, boys. Take care. Stay safe.